All right, and finally running as a Republican for the same seat, place 11, is Dan Wyde.
Good evening. I'm a former criminal court judge, Dan Wyde, and I'm a little bit nervous, so I hope you'll bear with me because my faith journey is going to be a little bit different than what I believe you've all heard here tonight. You see, my faith journey began when I was 8 days old. That's when you have a bris. That's the Hebrew term for circumcision. Like Jesus, I was born into the covenant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. As far as I know, my family walked out of Egypt with Moses almost 3,000 years ago. Thank you. I say that seriously because I'm often torn, having been raised in Port Arthur, Texas, where there is literally a church on every corner, and I grew up 4 blocks from our temple. See, my great-grandparents came here in the 1890s and ran out of money on the train somewhere around Beaumont and then wandered into Port Arthur. And this is a true Southeast Texas accent, and you're talking to a real live Jew. And if you think being Jewish 20 miles from Vidor, Texas, the home of the Ku Klux Klan, is easy, running in 6 counties for this race is a piece of cake. Seriously, my mother was widowed when she was 43 and I was 12. My older sibling, she raised 2 of my dad's nieces when their mother passed away. And my older brother's 5 years older, so it was just me and her when I was 14 years old until I left for college at UT. My mother never lost her faith in God, and she raised me to be a God-fearing person, and I fear God every day. Now, while I may not have accepted Christ as my Savior, I am a strong follower of Jesus' teachings when it comes to loving one's fellow neighbor more than oneself, for doing for those less fortunate than myself as much as I can, and for turning the other cheek and walking humbly with humility, which has been a very, very learned trait for me. My qualifications for this job include having been a criminal court judge for 8.5 years in Dallas County. I tried over 1,000 cases. I presided over 500 jury trials, 509 jury trials. I was appealed 100 times. How do you know a judge follows the rule of law and not their own will? I was reversed once. Once in 25,000 cases. It wouldn't be a forum without some debate, but I disagree with my colleagues who say that appellate judges just read and write. See, that's kind of what professors do. But what appellate judges do is grade how trial judges gave each of you a fair shake in a courtroom. And I loathe government by government for government. I believe in the government by the people for the people. And you are entitled for due process, and I will guarantee that right till the last breath I have. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Dan Wyde, running for the 5th District Court of Appeals. And I ask for your prayers. God bless each of you. Thank you.